I don't even know where to begin, but I had a huge obsession with collecting eyeshadow palettes that I accumulated over 200 eyeshadow palettes at some point in my lifetime. And my mindset in my overconsumption era was just focused on adding new eyeshadow palettes on the daily basis in terms of weekly, monthly, yearly. I needed to buy more and more eyeshadow palettes that at some point in my lifetime I had accumulated over 200 eyeshadow palettes. I'm a very small content creator here on YouTube, and somehow I had over 200 eyeshadow palettes. And once I had reached that number, I couldn't stop. I wanted to buy more and more eyeshadow palettes. I felt like I never really had enough, and I don't understand how my brain was processing at that time, but I wanted to just keep up with the Joneses. I wanted to just keep up to complete my eyeshadow palettes collection. And the reason why I had decided to let go of all of my ColourPop Cosmetics eyeshadows, I couldn't keep up anymore, essentially. And I'm really glad that I had pivoted my lifestyle to becoming more of a minimalist-ish, because I don't like the overconsumption side of the beauty world. It is considered to be really toxic to me now that I have discovered more of the minimalism content here on YouTube. And honestly, I feel so much freer after I had a chance to rehome, and I sold over 130 eyeshadow palettes on Poshmark and on Mercari. I currently have 25 eyeshadow palettes listed on Mercari, and I have kept 58 eyeshadow palettes as of right now, which I'm still planning to declutter more of them in the future. But I feel so much happier, so much lighter, and I never want to go back to owning over 200 eyeshadow palettes. And I feel like if you are a collector, you might be able to relate to me if you love to collect. And people who are either obsessed with clothes or shoes or bags or anything like that, you probably have gone through the cycle of buying and decluttering maybe. And the one analogy I want to make is having a closet full of clothes that is like stuffed to the rim, and you feel like you have nothing to wear. And that's how I felt when I had accumulated over 200 eyeshadow palettes. Somehow it wasn't enough, and I needed to buy more and more eyeshadow palettes. And ever since I had decluttered a lot of my eyeshadow palettes over the course of the years, I am now able to look at my existing eyeshadow palettes collection with a new lens, with sort of a new perspective. I'm enjoying my eyeshadow palettes, and I'm appreciating each and every one of them that I already own, and I'm not looking at the new releases anymore. And I am making use of my existing makeup collection, and specifically eyeshadow palettes. And honestly, I don't even wear eyeshadow like that on a daily basis. I only put on eyeshadow. I'll have my eye makeup look done if I am filming or for a special occasion. But recently also I've been focusing on applying on my eyeshadow on daily basis when I'm grocery shopping or when I'm going dates, or if I have job interviews or anything like that. I will have some sort of eyeshadow on now. But before, this is the last product that I would think about when I'm applying on makeup, and somehow I had accumulated 200 eyeshadow palettes, and I was obsessed with buying limited edition eyeshadow palettes. For some reason I needed to have limited edition items, and I honestly can't understand my thought process, but I am now looking forward to the future in owning less, and I've been focused more on reading books about owning less. So I have read this book a while ago. This is The Joy of Less by Francine J, Miss Minimalist, and I wish that I discovered this book sooner because I love her thought process, because she's more of a practical person, and I feel like I'm a really practical person as well. So I really love the simple language that she used in her books. I want to discuss about this book maybe next time, but reading books about owning less and watching videos about owning less and being free really helped me shift my mindset about owning less things in almost all of the categories. And I had a huge problem with collecting eyeshadow palettes to such an extreme, and I am so glad that I finally snapped myself out of that. So if you are in a phase of collecting things, and it could be shoes, it could be jewelry, it could be perfumes or anything like that, you want to maybe take a pause. And I know that for a fact, if you're in that zone, it is hard to get out of it, because I had small arguments with my partner before when I was buying all these eyeshadow palettes and makeup, and he was questioning me on what was I doing. What is the point of collecting makeup that you can't really finish using up? And I didn't have an answer for him that time, because I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew was that I wanted more. I wanted a huge collection. I thought that it would somehow bring me joy, but in honesty, it was bringing me a lot of anxiety and stress, and I felt that I never had enough, and comparison, of course, is a thief of joy. So I was also comparing myself to other beauty content creators, and I was really, I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I was lost. Now I think I found my calling in letting go of all of these things and still feel complete and feel whole. So if you guys are in your collecting phase, let me know in the comments down below, what are your obsessions, what are you collecting, and are you excited about having your collection, or are you tired of collecting whatever you're collecting? So anyways, this is basically my whole thought process about having huge eyeshadow palettes collection. And I am not going to be showcasing the eyeshadow palettes that is sitting right beside me right now, because it is not the point of this video. I have highlighted these eyeshadow palettes numerous of times on my channel before, And I just wanted to get this point across. In conclusion, I just want to let you guys know that you don't need a large eyeshadow palettes collection to feel whole. I think that if you only own even one eyeshadow palette, that should be enough, and that should make you feel happy and satisfied. And I wish somebody had told me that earlier instead of following all of these beauty influencers, including myself, who promoted all of these eyeshadow palettes for people to be obsessing and to be drooling over. These are just, at the end of the day, material things, and we can live without them. So that's essentially my message. I hope you guys find this video sort of entertaining, helpful. Yeah, so take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.